Welcome back to the Plays with Cars YouTube channel and our first episode of detailing Hot Wheels cars. You see, we've been doing Miniatures Mondays for quite a while now, and some of our most popular videos of all time have been me showing you how to detail Hot Wheels cars up with a variety of paint pens, Sharpie markers, and these Miata liquid chrome pens. They've been super popular, and we realized there isn't really anybody doing that on a regular basis. On YouTube, like you can find all sorts of people that are like drilling out the rivets and repainting Hot Wheels, especially the older red lines and stuff, or like cutting them into pieces and puttying them and turning them into Mad Max cars and whatnot. But nobody's really just taking new Hot Wheels out of the package and showing you how to get these to look better. So we're going to start doing that as a regular thing. It's not going to be on a particular day or on a particular frequency. We just kind of like, as we get cars for our own personal collection that need to be done, I'm just going to do them and throw the detailing videos up. So this one is one of the ones I'm most excited for. This is the new 2019 casting version of the NA Miata. And it's like done autocross style. It's got a roll bar on it. It's got a little number panel on the side. It totally has, you know, the Mazda emblems and Mazda speed and whatnot. It's an autocross car, and it's super awesome, but it's not quite totally there. If you look, there's nothing on the back whatsoever. No tampos, no taillights, no license plate, even though they put a license plate on the front, which is super odd that they went for a whole license plate on the front, despite, I guess they actually molded in having a plate over there too. That's really wild. But yeah, so it's the car's got a ton of potential, but it's just not quite all the way there. So we're going to show you how to get it all the way there, because this is the one going in our own personal display case. So we'll just pop that thing open there. Get a good look at it in the before shot here. You can see again the back. There is no detail whatsoever to the back. Got lucky. The tampos are in good shape on this side. You can see that front bumper is actually pretty cool looking, in that license plate. I think it says Hot Wheels HTWHLS California plate. That's pretty nifty. You got the Mazda speed on the front. So this is totally an SCC autocrosser, and anybody that watches our regular videos knows that's kind of our thing. We like autocrossing with Project Porsche. So anyways, we're going to start here with the back. I'm actually going to lay a layer down with the regular silver metallic Sharpie on the taillight area here, and I'm trying to do this through the camera, so apologize in advance if any of these shots are slightly weird. Is I'm trying to look over, around, or through to get this done correctly and not mess up, but still show you how to do it. And then the nice thing about detailing Hot Wheels, though, is you don't have to be super talented, right? Like, it's not like building and painting model cars. It's not like restoring things where you got to be good with an airbrush. Like, anybody can do this. Anybody can spend $1 on a Hot Wheels car, and anybody can spend a couple of bucks on Sharpie markers or paint pens or liquid chrome pens, and then, I mean, you literally just draw on them, and the margin for error is like super low. And if you mess up, you buy another car for $1, or like you clean it off with some isopropyl alcohol. Alcohol is what you use to clean off Sharpie. You would need lacquer thinner or whatever to take off paint pen, but I mean, just like that, we did the taillights in silver just to lay down a base coat, and then we're going to go back over it with the red to make it look like taillights. I've got links in the description below for all of these tools that we use on these, so that you can get them and use them too. Let's see, I'm trying to see the interior. Wow, that is pretty cool. They have a racing seat on the driver's side and a regular seat on the passenger side. That's pretty wild. I wonder if there's a way for me to pick out some of the details in there using the paint pen to kind of show that has harnesses. Oof, that is awkward to get down into. I think this is one of those rare cars that if you did take a brand new car apart and super detail it, it would turn out really awesome. But we're not going to do that. There we go. Got the belts going, and again, same thing. I'm going to lay down a layer in silver and then come back in another color to do that. Let's see. Oh, that steering wheel is super plain. You should put a little spoke in it like that. And go ahead and do the shift knob too, just since we're in there detailing all sorts of fun stuff. We'll actually use this on the back side of the mirrors. as well. And then here on the way bigger than stock tailpipe, which is awesome. And again, just kind of fill that all in with the paint pen. Let's check it out. Already in the back, we're looking a lot better from the rear. The front's actually really good on this. I don't think we need to do a whole lot or really anything with the front, like we do the sides and the back. So next I'm going to take a regular original black Sharpie here for the window frame. You'll notice that the windshield is molded in like a smoked plastic, but there's no like paint on the actual window frame. Stock Miata obviously would be body color, but since this is an autocross car, we're going to assume that they did some black spray paint or vinyl or professional paint or whatever and painted that black. So we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. It's a subtle difference, but there's definitely a difference. And when it comes to detailing these things, those subtleties are really what sets it apart and makes them look good on your shelf. Makes these dollar cars look more like the $3, $5 car cultures and race teams and things like that. Alright, looking good. Okay, now taillights here. We're going to use some red. Turn these into taillights. Ready? Hold on. Miatas have yellow in there too, I think. And we want it to look correct. Let's see. Taillight. Images. Okay, so there's our stock taillights. You can see there's a white circle next to the license plate that's the backup light, and an orange big circle for the turn signal. So we're going to try and replicate that with our lights here too. Kind of draw a circle and then an oval. Same thing, we're going to do a circle and then an oval. That's our red portions, and then we got to get the orange out to do some orange too. Okay, move this out of the way so you can see some more again. Take the orange, do a big. Alright, so there's our taillights. We got circles in the center that look like the reverse lights, red around the outside corners, and orange in the middle. Makes it look like the real deal. We'll go ahead and use this silver pen to do the license plate into, to try and give it a license plate in the back. Oh yeah, and then there's the third brake light I forgot about. I'm going to make sure we get that done up too. Okay. Alright, so the big thing on this is you got a number panel on the side, but it doesn't have a number in it. And I think we should totally give this car a number. Don't know what number to give it. Also, their class letters, I don't know what the significance behind RYU is, but that's no SECA class number. But it's alright, we're going to leave it. Let's see, what number should we give this car? Should definitely have, let's see, it should be 1. We'll give it, I don't know, how about number 4? That sounds good. So the straighter numbers are a little easier to draw, like that, you can see. Made a nice little 4 on there. Try again on this side too to make it look the same. Got a 4 on that side. Alright. Yeah, overall, looking pretty good now, honestly. I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's put some red on these seat belts to try to make them look more like seat belts. Versus just a bunch of silver in there. There we go. Left some silver exposed for the buckle and harness parts. And yeah, I think that's pretty much, oh yeah, and a little bit of red here on the third brake light, and then we are all done. Ta-da! Alright, let's check it out. We've got our taillights on the back now looking way better. We've got a number on the side looking way better. We did the black around the windshield header looking better. Got the colors in the interior on the seat belts to make those look more realistic. Try to just shed some light in there so you can see the seat belts. And yeah, and just like that, we've made a dollar Hot Wheel car look a little better up on the shelf. Took, well, 10 minutes and a couple of markers. So hopefully that inspires you to do it yourself as well and do some detailing to regular dollar Hot Wheels. And I definitely encourage anybody to give it a shot. Like I said, it doesn't really take much. You don't have to be super good at it. If you make a mistake, it's easy to wipe off and try again. All Sharpie comes off with isopropyl alcohol, or you can use lacquer thinner on the paint pen stuff, so it's pretty easy to wipe it off and try again. And if you really get it all messed up, just go buy another car for $1. So you know, kind of experiment, go wild, and see what you can pull off. But I'm pretty happy with how this looks. I think that'll look really cool up on the shelf now. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and we'll be bringing you more on detailing Hot Wheels.